And again, it is now this time. I can't continue doing it all day long because I've got to tidy up and I've got to go and pick young up and pick wife up from work and what have you. So far I've managed to get the engine mount off, and then the pump that holds the alternator on, and I managed to get the water pump bell off for it, and I've also got the serpentine belt off. In essence, now you can see all the gubbins. I don't know if you remember, these engines overheat a lot, so what I've done, I took the thermostat out, knocked the thermostat through, put the thermostat back in again. It does warm up, but it warms up slowly. And what's that there? Looks like a bit of oil, doesn't it, just there? Let's shine a bit of light on that. Is that oil? Could be oil. But we have lost a lot of oil and we don't know where from. Could be from there. Other than that, don't look like we're losing oil from anything on this side, does it? All nice and clean down here. So, as you can see, that's the situation that we're on. Now, I have cranked it around and it's gone clonk. But look where the timing marks are, where I left it last time. That one were down there, and that one's up there. And them two dots are supposed to be pointing to each other, and it's already gone clonk. So in essence, I'm not going to take that off yet, because I'm going to get the old thingamajig on that again, and I'm going to crank it around again, just so that I'll get it to right position. Because them pulleys are not that far out of alignment from them marks that I put on a bit of paint on them. Bit weird that, because it's gone clockwise, clonk. But if I take it back out again and then move it past it and then screw it back in again and then send it all the way around again, it'll probably line up correctly. So I've got to make sure that it lines up exactly as it did last time, and that's with that down here. Otherwise we want exhaust stroke. That might be what it looks like on exhaust stroke rather than on compression for spark plug bit. I don't know. So as you can see, it's easy to mark it up when you're doing the job, when you put it back together again, so you've got an idea of where sprockets go. Now these are sprockets that have not got a roll pin in, which is a real pain in the ass, because if the nut comes undone, the force from the actual valves will cause it to move out of alignment, and it'll smash all your topper off and your engine up. Same on that side, so you've got to make sure that they are tightened up good and tight. Same with that one down there. If that comes undone, same timing problem. It will cause it all to slip, because there is no alignment shaft on the shaft. There is no groove, so it's a real nightmare. Everything's got to be tightened up correctly, otherwise you'll end up losing your engine. And the engine actually seized up because of a dodgy water pump. So I even drove it up the drive last time. Drove it up the drive and I thought, yes, I got it home. And then I swapped this water pump over last time and thought, yes, I've done. You put a new timing belt on. As soon as I turned key, bam, smashed all the valves up. Punched an hole in top of piston. Punched an hole into the top of cylinder head. I had to weld the cylinder head and I had to weld top of piston. And I ended up putting a bent valve back in again, and it's just driving me nuts. So this is the reason why I'm taking it apart. And it's like I say, just do it little tiny bits at a time. If you're in the same situation, do not lose your temper with it, and do not send it to the scrapyard, because you can't afford another one. All cars these days, like that lovely little Volkswagen, look beautiful. But you think how hard that's going to be to fix when them corpus go. This one's a doddle. I mean, I can fix these ones, I can change bloody clutch on this. This is so much easier to repair than that other one is. So if you're in the same situation, don't just chuck your cars away. Don't lose your temper. Don't crash it into a fucking lamp post. You know what I mean? Try to keep them going that little bit longer, because you'll need them when you're going shopping, when you're going to see your parents or something in care home, or when you're going to see them in hospital. It always comes down to, well, they don't lose a temper, do they? Don't be an RF if they weren't. And if quite a few of them's died recently, fucking airbag system on the seats didn't work right, did it? Ejector seat, boom. And lost about 3 of them. So as you can see, just keep on going. Take all my tools back over there because I can't continue all day long. Now, as I said, disconnect the battery from the car, but keep the battery connected to the trickle charging system, and that's on a timer as well, so it can't overcharge it. It will switch off and it'll just click back on again when it needs to. Now, put my spanners over there, because that's where they'll be living for time being, and I'll put all these nuts and bolts from that cover, just chuck them into a Tupperware thing like that, and there, presto, that is all that has just come out of the back of the car. See, all these parts, if you were to buy them from a scrapyard, they would all cost a lot of money. You know what I mean? So if that got broke, that'll cost money. If that got broke, that'll cost money. Everything you see is actually quite a lot of money. So even if you don't get any money out, you could always sell them second hand, but you would be actually competing against the big boys, and they will nobble you every single time, because they've got the quantity of them, the handfuls of criminals and that, and all the people that you won't really want to deal with. But in this situation, you don't have to worry about them, because they're already quite happy in their little world of money. We're struggling on this amount of money that they're providing for us. This is not a living wage. If anything, this is like my wife having to be like a single parent and only getting benefit for one room, you know, and I'm the other child, which is very insulting to my intelligence. But we have to put up with it. Nobody's coming forward to a job. Think how much that would have cost to do that amount of work. Remember, I've had to break off already to go and bring the wife home for lunch and then take her back to work. That's what situation is. That's the emergency car. The Volkswagen was supposed to be an emergency car for family, and it let us down because taxman nobbled us with tax. Now, just looking at this camera, and I'm looking, is there a button that can swap that around to face me? There's a circle, I don't know what the circle is. I shall press the button. No, it doesn't do it. I think that's just took us still. No, there is no way of turning the camera around at the moment for me to press the button for it to spin around so you can see me talking. Again, another option. You can only make it spin around to look at you. Doing it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, and that's the only way to get seen. Just to prove that, yeah, I'm the one doing this work, and I'm a bleeding typesetter I used to work for Chef and Star. Look what happened to us.